Hey guys, good morning to you all. So, I am back on this morning to share this message with you guys. It's coming from a dream that I had recently last week, and I actually shared the first part of this dream a day or so ago when I was speaking about the church and the pastor and some of the people trying to set me up. So, this is the second part, the second half of that dream, and this dream is actually a warning to all of us, okay? This part of the dream is a warning and a caution to the parents, if you have children, and to, we need to watch ourselves. Everybody needs to be aware of the things that are happening in our world. We need to be alert. We need to be awakened. We need to be awake to what's happening. We can't just walk around and act like, just because everybody says one thing, this is actually who they are. We need to be prayerful. We need to be prayerful about who's in our midst, who is around us when we go places, who all is in those places. Okay, and we need to be watchful and we need to be prayerful, and we really need to look out for not just ourselves, but we need to look out for our children. We can't just be trusting just anybody just because they say, oh, we're in church and everything. We just can't be trusting everybody with our children. We can't. Me personally, anytime I've gone to a church, I've always walked with my children. If they had to go to the restroom or something, I accompany to the restroom. I don't care if it's a church; it doesn't matter to me. I'm that overprotective of my children, which is my right. It's my right. I'm a parent that's a good parent that loves my children. So I don't just let them just wander off, and I'm not there to, supervise them and make sure that everything is going okay. All right. And so let's go ahead and get into this dream that I had. So, in this dream, of course, the setting was a church. There was a famous rapper that was at this particular church, okay? And he didn't look as though he was interested in being a part of whatever the service was that was going on or anything. He was there trying to lure people out of the church. Okay, catch that. Please catch it. Please catch what I just said. He was, oh, geez, I'm getting a chill. He was there to lure people out of the church. So he would get to the church door, and he saw me, and I had didn't know where my son had gone. Now, mind you, my son is always nearby me, but I didn't know where he had gone to at that moment. So the guy says, I'll help you find your son. Okay. Now, he had already tried to lure my son, and my son did not go. He didn't leave. Okay. And it was shown to me he didn't fall for it. He did not leave. And the guy tried to lure him out with some of the things that he is interested in. And most times that's what these people this is what they do when they capture people, especially younger children. Okay, my son is not young. He's 14, but he's young, but he's not a small child. Usually they try to lure even the younger ones out with things that they like, candy, toys, things of that nature, to get them to trust them and to come out. Okay. And so it's so crazy because once I followed the famous rapper out of the church building, or out of these particular doors of the church, the whole entire part where we walked into turned into a hotel. It literally turned into as I walked out, the church, it was like it was attached to this hotel. Mm. Pay attention, guys. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. Okay, so the church, I walk out the doors, exit the doors, and then it goes into a hallway with rooms. Okay. And so the rapper was like, I think his son went over here, blah, blah, blah. He was talking to me, and I can see in the room, in one of the rooms, I don't know how I could see it, but I could almost like I had a vision, a vision, and I could see through the walls of one of the rooms. And when I could see through the walls of one of the rooms, there was a bunch of men in that room wearing black. And the guy was like, I think your son is over here. And I was like, no, I don't think he's over there. And so then he was like, no, I think he's here. And I said, no, I don't think he's here. And I said, okay, give me 1 minute. I said, give me 1 minute. I'm going to go where you're going at, but just give me a second. And so when the famous rapper had turned around and says, okay, go ahead and do what you're doing. And then, come back over here. We'll continue looking. I jetted off. I jetted off through the hallway and back into the church doors. And then I found my son and I asked my son, I said, I thought you had gone out with that rapper, with that famous rapper. I thought you had left out with him. And he was like, no, Mom, I'm not crazy. My son said to me, I'm not crazy. You taught me well. I would never leave anywhere and go anywhere without you. Y'all, listen. Y'all got to be careful because there are so many things that are going on inside the church, and the church is connecting with the people of the world. Okay, the church is connecting with some of the most vilest, sickest, wicked people. I'm just going to tell the truth and shame the devil. I have to tell the truth. I have to tell the truth. They're connected to these people. Okay, and so they are allowing these people to come inside of the church. And when they're coming inside of the church with all of their crap, what they're basically doing is trying to lure people away from God. And they're also trying to lure people into danger. Okay, basically sex trafficking, basically traps where harm can come to you. Okay, well, harm can happen. All right, so I don't want you guys to be out here and thinking that it's all sunflowers and roses and sunny and blue skies out here. I don't care what nobody says. You are supposed to have such a relationship with the Lord that he can tell you when danger is near you. Okay. You are supposed to have that type of relationship. You are supposed to be watching and praying. Okay. So they were probably going to go after my son, or they did and my son didn't. And then I walked out thinking my son did go. And so they were just going to grab me. Do you understand what I'm saying? So these people, it doesn't matter when these sex trafficking things are going on, they're going to snatch up anybody. They're going to snatch up anybody. Okay. That's the point I'm trying to make. And you have got to be so connected to God that you understand what's going on around you. You just cannot believe that everybody is good out here, because they aren't. They aren't. And it's unfortunate, but we live in this type of world. This is the world we live in. Okay. And as time passes by, we are beginning to see just how dark things are and how dark they're getting. They're getting a lot worse. Okay. And this is not coming to scare you guys. This message and this word is not coming to scare. I feel you, Holy Spirit. It's not coming to scare you guys. It is to caution you, to help you to awaken and to understand it's your job as a parent to speak to your children, to watch over your children. You can't just be thinking and just letting your kids go with, all these different church people, and then so, oh, my kid can go with these people because I know them. No. Absolutely no. No. Okay. We're going to have to stop this mindset of not wanting to really look after our children, and not really wanting to believe that everybody is good when they aren't. They're not. There's some good people out there, but I'm going to tell you something. Before I declare that somebody is good, they're going to be ran through prayer. Listen, I'm going to pray about them until stuff started to happen and I can see who they really are. Okay, that's how hard I'm going to pray. Because when it comes to my life, I want to be around for the time that the Lord would have me to be around. I don't want my life to be just, snatched away from me because I wasn't paying attention. That's crazy. Not when God has work for me to do. Okay? So a lot of you people, you already talk to your children. You're hands-on. You let them know the do's and the don'ts. You watch after them. You don't let them really get involved with too many different things. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Because I'm not saying that nothing can ever happen to any of us. But what I'm saying is we don't have to be dumb out here. We don't have to be ignorant. We don't have to be that way. When God sends us warning, take heed to his warning. Stop thinking and stop having an attitude that we know everything, because we don't. Okay, God sends warnings and things like that to help us to know what's happening. Okay, so obviously, the church got something going on or had something going on with this rapper, and this rapper just could easily just come in and lure people out. And when they lure them out, they lure them into a hotel. And who knows what happens when these people get a hold of you, who knows what happens? There's sex trafficking going on. There's organ harvesting going on. People are losing their lives. People are losing their lives in the worst way. People are being damaged. People are being just taken advantage of. Okay? That's just the worst thing that for me to even think that can happen to anybody. But this stuff is happening every single day now. While we're out here going through the motions and all this foolishness, somebody's child, somebody's mother, somebody's son, somebody's brother is somewhere being abused. Okay, losing their life. I feel like I'm gonna cry. That's why I don't have time for nobody dumb mess. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't have time for nobody dumb mess. I could care less about people's trash. I just, no. What I do want to do is continue to be obedient to what God tells me to do, because people's lives depend upon me acting and being obedient to God and saying and releasing the words and messages when he wants for me to release them. Their safety, their protection, it depends on it. And that's why I took this time out this morning to share this dream and this message with you. Okay. There's a lot of people that are in church, and they are connected to these people in the industry, in the music industry, and they're all in bed together, and they're all about, they do the same things. Okay. We're just going to be real. And this is not everybody now. So don't get it twisted. I'm not saying everybody is involved in this type of wickedness, but it is very largely out here. Very largely out here. So it is our jobs to educate our children, educate ourselves, make sure we are prayerful about ourselves, make sure we're prayerful when we enter certain places, when we enter this church. We need to be prayerful. We need to be aware. We need to be aware at all times what is going on. Okay, we can't just be oblivious and think such and such could never do this, or this person could never. No. You trust God. You trust God's guidance. And if you don't have no prayer life and you don't have no connection with God, you're not going to be too guided. There's not going to be any, the Holy Spirit can't guide you, can't guide a person that don't have no connection, no relationship with God. Okay, you're just going to walk into danger, and God doesn't want that. I was alert. I knew that this guy was up to no good instantly, and I removed myself from him. Okay, before that church to turn into a whole hotel, man, listen. Anywho, on that note, y'all remain prayerful. Pray over your children. Pray over yourself. Learn how to cover yourself in prayer. and take heed to people's warnings. Take heed to their warnings. Okay, because it would be a crime shame that, you know, we move in rebellion so much that when God is trying to warn us, we don't take heed to it and something bad happens. And then in that moment when something bad happens, in your mind, the first thing you're thinking, I wish I would have took heed. Woo! I feel it. I wish I would have listened. I wish I paid attention to what that person said to me. But now it's too late. Don't let that be your story. Don't let your story be now it's too late. Okay? Okay? So, as I stated before, the message is not to put fear in you, but you need to be warned, the Lord is saying. You need to be warned. Okay? You cannot say that you were not warned. You cannot say you did not hear this message because you're listening right now. All right? So I love you guys with the love of Christ. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And I will catch you guys on the next video download message. God bless.